What if the healthy seafood you're eating is silently sabotaging your health? What if the foods you think are good for you are actually accelerating joint pain, raising your cholesterol, and wreaking havoc on your body after 60? You might be wondering why no one's warning you. The secret: seafood is a multi-billion-dollar global industry, and some of its biggest exports, the very foods we're about to expose, dominate menus and supermarket shelves worldwide. Over 99% of seniors are completely unaware, and the one seafood that could reverse joint pain and rebuild collagen? It's buried because it's simply not profitable. Most seniors believe seafood is the healthiest thing on their plate. Most seniors have no idea they're being lied to. In this video, we're revealing the 4 worst seafoods you should never touch after 60 and the 4 best ones you must eat daily, ranked from the least dangerous all the way to the most toxic and damaging. The information in this video is backed by real science. We've spent hours digging through peer-reviewed research, and every single reference is linked in the description below. But before we dive in, tell us, where are you watching us from? We're reading and replying to every single comment, so don't hesitate. Now, without any further ado, let's begin with the first seafood you need to stop eating right now, especially if you've had joint pain, high cholesterol, or unexplained fatigue. The 4 worst seafoods you should never touch. Number 4. Squid. Squid might look harmless, even gourmet, on some plates, but for seniors, it's a metabolic trap. On paper, it sounds like a decent choice, low in fat, high in protein. But once you go deeper, the truth gets much darker. Squid is extremely high in cholesterol. Just 3 ounces of cooked squid contain around 198 milligrams of cholesterol. That's over 65% of your daily intake in just a tiny serving. Here's the catch: when you're over 60, your liver doesn't regulate cholesterol the way it used to. It slows down, meaning dietary cholesterol has a much greater impact on your blood levels. A 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients found that older adults with high dietary cholesterol intake were 43% more likely to show markers of arterial stiffness and had a 31% higher risk of heart events. This stiffness is one of the earliest warnings of potential heart attacks or strokes, especially in seniors. But there's more. Squid contains purines, which are broken down in the body into uric acid. That's a problem because older adults already have a harder time flushing out uric acid efficiently. When it builds up, it crystallizes in the joints, leading to severe pain and inflammation known as gout. Gout is most common in people over 60, and seafood like squid can trigger a flare-up without warning. Researchers from the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors who consumed high-purine seafood more than twice a week had a 54% increased risk of developing chronic joint inflammation over a 2-year period. If you've been eating squid thinking it's a healthy seafood swap, it's time to stop. For seniors, especially those with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or even mild arthritis, squid is one of the most deceptive and damaging seafood choices on the menu. It might look clean and simple, but inside your body, it's setting off fires you won't feel until it's too late. If you've been waking up with stiff joints, unexplained swelling, or sudden spikes in blood pressure, this could be part of the reason. Coming up, the number 1 seafood you must eat is actually shown to help reverse some of these exact symptoms. But before we get there, let's move to the next worst offender. It's a popular choice in buffets and sushi bars, but after 60, it can sabotage your immune system. Number 3. Imitation crab, surimi. It looks like crab, it's shaped like crab, and it even smells a little like crab. But imitation crab is about as real as plastic cheese. For seniors, it's one of the worst seafood imposters you can put on your plate. What makes it so harmful? It starts with what it's made of: surimi. The base of imitation crab is usually a white paste of pulverized fish scraps, often pollock, blended with starches, sugar, salt, and artificial flavorings. By the time it's pressed into those fake crab sticks, it's no longer seafood, it's a lab-built, food-like product. One of the biggest dangers of imitation crab for anyone over 60 is how fast it spikes blood sugar. A study published in the journal Clinical Nutrition in 2020 found that imitation crab causes a glycemic response similar to white bread. The starches used, like tapioca and wheat, digest rapidly and convert to glucose almost instantly. That might not seem like a big deal, but if you're already dealing with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes, which many seniors are, this can lead to massive sugar spikes followed by energy crashes. The same study found that older adults who consumed surimi-based products 3 times a week had 2.6 times higher insulin levels than those who avoided them. But the problem doesn't end there. Imitation crab is loaded with sodium. A single serving can contain over 700 milligrams of sodium, and that's before any soy sauce or dressings are added. High sodium intake is a major risk factor for high blood pressure, which becomes more dangerous with age as arteries harden and kidneys slow down. Your ability to filter and balance salt drops significantly, and this type of processed salt, combined with additives like monosodium glutamate, can trigger headaches, water retention, and even dizziness in older adults. So, while it may seem convenient or budget-friendly, imitation crab is silently working against your goals. It's high in sugar, salt, and chemicals. It delivers almost none of the real nutritional power of genuine shellfish, and worst of all, it tricks seniors into thinking they're eating something healthy. Don't be fooled. There are far better ways to get the flavor and benefits of seafood without poisoning your metabolism. In just a moment, we'll reveal one of them, a natural shellfish that's so rich in trace minerals it's being studied as a recovery aid for knee injuries. But first, let's talk about a seafood that might be hiding in your freezer right now, and it's even worse than the last one. Number 2. Scallops. Scallops might look like the innocent angels of the seafood world. They're small, clean, tender, and often served in fancy restaurants with a light sear. But for seniors, especially those over 60, scallops can silently wreak havoc on the body in ways most people don't expect. At the center of the issue is something that hides behind their delicate appearance. They're extremely high in cadmium. That's a toxic metal that builds up in shellfish tissue, especially in filter feeders like scallops. Unlike water-based contamination, which varies, cadmium comes from the scallop itself as it naturally concentrates it from its environment. And once it enters your body, your kidneys are the ones that suffer most. In one study published in Toxicology Reports in 2022, researchers measured the cadmium levels in scallops from various sources and found that even a modest serving could provide up to 1.8 micrograms of cadmium per gram of tissue. For comparison, the safe weekly limit for cadmium, according to the World Health Organization, is just 7 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. For a 70-kilogram senior, that means just a few scallops a week could push you dangerously close to the toxic threshold. And once cadmium enters your system, it stays there. It accumulates in the kidneys, weakening their function over time. Older adults already have declining kidney filtration rates, which makes it harder to flush this metal out. Over time, this leads to protein leakage in the urine, higher blood pressure, and a steep drop in energy and stamina. But kidney function isn't the only issue. Scallops are also surprisingly low in omega-3 fatty acids compared to other shellfish. That's a major problem because omega-3s are essential for brain health, joint flexibility, and inflammation control, 3 areas that matter more than ever after 60. So while you might think you're getting the brain protective benefits of seafood, scallops barely deliver. In fact, 100 grams of scallops contain less than 30 milligrams of EPA and DHA combined. Compare that to oysters, which can offer over 500 milligrams in the same serving. That's a staggering difference. It means you could be eating seafood without any of the actual neurological or cardiovascular protection you expect. So the next time you see scallops on a menu, especially in a creamy sauce or seared with oil, think twice. They may look harmless, but for seniors, they can act like a slow-moving toxin, and the scariest part is the damage adds up silently over time. No symptoms until things get serious. But there's one more seafood that tops the list. It's small, chewy, and shows up in stir-fries and soups, but studies now confirm it may be accelerating arthritis and raising your blood fats faster than almost any other marine food. Number 1. Shrimp. Shrimp might be the most dangerous seafood for seniors. Not because of pollution or bad preparation, but because of what it naturally contains and how it interacts with the aging body. First, shrimp is extremely high in cholesterol. Just 3 ounces, barely a handful, contains about 180 milligrams of cholesterol. For someone over 60, that's a big problem. As we age, our arteries lose elasticity, our livers process fats more slowly, and our risk of heart disease skyrockets. A study published in Circulation in 2021 tracked 8,700 adults over 60 and found that those who consumed more than 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol daily had a 35% higher risk of stroke and 24% higher risk of coronary heart disease compared to those who ate less than 150 milligrams. But cholesterol is just the beginning. Shrimp contains a muscle protein called tropomyosin, which is difficult to break down in older digestive systems. That's why shrimp is one of the top food allergens in the world. Even for people who've never had an allergy in their life, shrimp can suddenly trigger a reaction after 60 because the immune system becomes more sensitive and erratic with age. Researchers from the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology found that nearly 14% of new shellfish allergies in seniors developed after the age of 65, often with no prior warning. These reactions can range from rashes to full-blown anaphylaxis, and even mild gut inflammation caused by the protein can worsen IBS, constipation, or leaky gut in older adults. Now let's talk about something most people never consider: chitin. That's the outer shell of the shrimp, and even when cleaned, small fragments still make it into the meat. Chitin is a type of fiber that the body can't digest, and while it's harmless in small amounts, in seniors with weakened digestion, it can contribute to bloating, gas, and even intestinal inflammation. And here's the worst part: most shrimp today are farm-raised, especially the ones sold in bulk or frozen packs. Farm-raised shrimp are often treated with antibiotics like oxytetracycline and enrofloxacin, which are banned in many countries but still show up in imported shrimp. A 2022 study in Food Control found antibiotic residues in over 42% of tested frozen shrimp samples from Southeast Asia. Regular consumption of these residues has been linked to antibiotic resistance, gut microbiome imbalance, and metabolic changes in older adults. If you've been eating shrimp thinking it's a light, low-fat protein option, it's time to rethink that. For seniors, shrimp is a metabolic trap. High cholesterol, hard-to-digest proteins, inflammatory shell fragments, antibiotic residues, and damaging preservatives all wrapped in a tiny shell. It's no wonder shrimp tops the list. The 4 best seafoods you must eat daily. Now that you've seen the worst seafoods to avoid, get ready, because up next are the 4 marine foods every senior should be eating. The number 1 on that list has been shown in studies to repair cartilage, reduce swelling, and even help reverse age-related joint pain. Number 4. Sea cucumber. Sea cucumber might look strange, but it's a powerhouse for seniors who want stronger joints, better skin, and less pain. This marine animal is rich in collagen-like compounds and anti-inflammatory nutrients that are especially valuable after 60. Researchers from the International Journal of Molecular Sciences found that daily supplementation with sea cucumber extract reduced joint pain by 35% and improved flexibility in just 12 weeks. The real magic is in compounds called triterpene glycosides, which help fight chronic inflammation and protect cartilage. These natural compounds work like a mild anti-inflammatory without damaging the stomach like many pain meds. Sea cucumber is also packed with chondroitin sulfate, a nutrient found in many joint supplements, but here it comes in a natural form the body can absorb more easily. To prepare it, sea cucumber is often rehydrated and simmered slowly with broth or herbs. When cooked gently, it retains its gelatinous texture, which is a sign of its collagen content. Seniors looking to improve joint comfort, boost skin elasticity, and maintain cartilage health should consider adding this to soups once or twice a week. It may not be common, but the benefits are well worth the effort. Number 3. Green-lipped mussels. Green-lipped mussels, native to New Zealand, are one of the most underrated marine foods for seniors. They contain a rare combination of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ETA, which is more powerful than the typical EPA and DHA found in fish oils. These specific fatty acids help block a key enzyme in the body called 5-lipoxygenase, which is responsible for triggering joint inflammation. That makes green-lipped mussels uniquely effective for reducing pain, stiffness, and swelling, especially in aging knees and hips. In a 2020 study published in Nutrients, seniors who consumed green-lipped mussel extract daily for 12 weeks reported a 42% drop in joint discomfort and a 35% improvement in physical function. But beyond joints, these mussels are packed with zinc, selenium, iron, and iodine, nutrients that become harder to absorb with age, especially for those dealing with thyroid or energy issues. To prepare them, steam green-lipped mussels with garlic, parsley, and a bit of lemon. Don't fry or overcook them. Gentle steaming keeps the anti-inflammatory compounds active. The taste is slightly sweet and earthy, and the nutritional benefits go far beyond what you get from supplements alone. If you're looking to eat something delicious that also helps you move better, these mussels deserve a spot on your plate. Number 2. Oysters. Oysters are one of the most powerful healing foods for anyone over 60, especially if you're struggling with low energy, thinning hair, brittle nails, or slow recovery. They're not just a delicacy, they're nature's multivitamin wrapped in a shell. What makes oysters so important for seniors is their unmatched density of bioavailable zinc. Just 2 medium oysters can give you over 100% of your daily zinc needs, and that matters more than you think. Zinc is essential for immune strength, wound healing, testosterone support, and even brain clarity. As we age, zinc absorption drops, and deficiency becomes common, even dangerous. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that 40% of adults over 60 are zinc deficient without even knowing it, leading to higher rates of infections, poor skin repair, and even taste and smell loss. But it doesn't stop at zinc. Oysters are also rich in vitamin B12, which protects nerves and supports energy metabolism, 2 things that decline sharply in older adults. A 2021 study from the Journal of Nutrition and Healthy Aging showed that older adults with low B12 were 73% more likely to suffer cognitive decline, and just 3 ounces of oysters gives you more B12 than a full steak. They're also packed with selenium, a mineral that acts like a bodyguard for your thyroid and immune system. Now here's what makes oysters unique among seafood: their copper content. Most seniors never think about copper, but it's critical for collagen formation, red blood cell production, and maintaining strong bones. One study out of Europe tracked bone density in aging adults and found that those with higher dietary copper intake had 18% fewer fractures over a 5-year period. But there's still one seafood left that beats all the rest. This marine food has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, but now science is proving just how powerful it is. Studies show it not only strengthens bones and joints but also helps restore gut lining, boost collagen, and even relieve joint swelling in just weeks. And best of all, it's not a fish. It's something most seniors have never even tried. Number 1. Sea moss. This is it. The number 1 most powerful seafood for anyone over 60 isn't fish, shrimp, or even shellfish. It's sea moss, also known as Irish moss. This marine plant is a nutrient powerhouse that's finally getting attention in modern science, and for seniors, it may be one of the most complete natural remedies for restoring strength, flexibility, and energy. Sea moss contains over 90 trace minerals. That means it delivers nearly every mineral your body needs to function, from magnesium and potassium to sulfur, selenium, and iron, all in a natural form that the aging body can actually absorb. But here's what makes it stand out. Sea moss is one of the richest sources of plant-based collagen precursors. While it doesn't contain collagen itself, it's full of nutrients your body uses to make collagen, like vitamin C, sulfur, and the amino acid proline. Collagen is what holds your joints, skin, and even your gut lining together. After 60, your body makes far less of it, which is why you start noticing stiff knees, sagging skin, slower healing, and digestive problems. A 2022 study in Marine Drugs found that seniors who consumed sea moss daily experienced a 37% improvement in joint mobility and a 29% reduction in visible skin dryness after just 8 weeks. Those are major results without taking a single synthetic supplement. Now let's talk about what it does for your gut. Sea moss is rich in mucilage, a kind of soluble fiber that forms a gel-like coating in your intestines. This soothes inflammation, helps seal up tiny holes in the gut lining, and feeds the good bacteria your body needs to absorb nutrients. That means stronger immunity, better digestion, and clearer mental focus. If you're dealing with constipation, acid reflux, or irregular appetite, sea moss acts as a gentle, natural fix. A clinical trial from 2021 showed that sea moss helped reduce symptoms of bloating and irregularity by over 50% in seniors who consumed it regularly for a month. What makes sea moss different from most supplements is that it supports multiple body systems at once. It helps your thyroid because it contains iodine. It helps your heart because it balances sodium and potassium levels. It helps your skin and joints by fueling collagen production. And it even helps your lungs. Many people report easier breathing after just 2 weeks, likely due to its natural antiviral and anti-inflammatory properties. To prepare it, always rinse raw sea moss thoroughly and soak it in water for 12 to 24 hours. Once it expands, blend it into a smooth gel. You can take a spoonful daily or add it to smoothies, teas, or soups. Don't boil it, just add it warm. That preserves the minerals and active compounds. Even 1 or 2 tablespoons a day can bring dramatic changes in energy, mobility, and skin health. And the best part? It's safe, plant-based, and easy to digest, perfect for seniors with sensitive systems. So if there's one seafood to keep in your kitchen starting today, let it be sea moss. It's not flashy, it's not trendy, but it's one of the most powerful, complete, and healing foods you can give your body in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. So now you know, the seafood on your plate could be saving your joints or slowly breaking them down. If you're over 60, your body isn't as forgiving as it used to be. Every bite counts. Squid, imitation crab, scallops, and shrimp might seem harmless, even healthy, but inside your body, they can spike your cholesterol, wreck your digestion, stiffen your joints, and silently raise your risk of heart disease, arthritis, and kidney strain. But the good news? You're not helpless. Sea cucumber, green-lipped mussels, oysters, and sea moss give your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild. These aren't miracle foods, they're science-backed powerhouses, and when you eat them regularly, they help repair the very systems aging tries to wear down: your bones, your gut, your skin, your immune strength, and your energy. Before we go, don't just scroll away. Watch this again if you need to, and share it with someone over 60 who still eats shrimp thinking it's healthy. Now we want to hear from you. Which seafood shocked you the most in today's list, and have you ever tried sea moss before? Did you notice any changes? Drop your answer in the comments below. We're replying to everyone. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe right now. We've got more real, raw, science-backed health tips for seniors coming every single week. See you in the next one. Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.